Ah, shit. I think we're on. Maybe. All right, hold on. Let me. There it is. Let's bring in the chats. Let's go. All right. Da 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 da. All right. Are we good? Where's the chatters at? Let's go. Everybody hear me? Where's Burner? Burner's late. Do angle different side. We're all good. Fucking A, we're good. Woo! I tell you what, man, I've been stressing so bad over the last week, making sure, like, mic's working, the camera's working, music's working. Oh shit! It's been it's been a little crazy, so it's all good. We're good. All right, yeah. All right, how many people we got in here? Holy shit! There's 33 people watching the show here, and only 2 on Instagram. That's all right. They only get like a little snippet of the show, anyways. You guys are the true people here. So, all right. So, fuck this. Let's start the show, right? All right. First up, right? Gotta do the normal here. All right, guys. This way. Everything's fucking backwards. I'm like, I've been practicing so hard, and it's all so fucking backwards. But anyways, guys, check it out. Tinterbrand.com. Custom everything, man. You name it, they're on it. Check it out. Tinterbrand.com. Again, this way. Performance custom coatings. Ryan Real, the Unreal Real. Come on, man. He's been part of the show for quite a while. If you guys don't know him, go check it out. Performance custom coatings. And speaking of Ryan, we got a nice little, not even a nice little, we got a couple little things to give away, courtesy of Performance Custom Coating. So Ryan Real, thank you so much for being part of the show. And of course, the newest, right here, Soak Shield 2.0. That's right. Kyle, Hannah, part of the show. They hit me up and they're like, dude, we want to help you. And I was like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah, we want to be part of the show. And I'm like, dude, say less. So shout out to Soak Shield 2.0. And real quick on Kyle and Hannah is they've been super busy. They've been Kyle's just been working his ass off, and then they had the event last week, and they missed getting everything out for the show in time, which is no problem. But oh my gosh, we got soak ropes, dash towels, tool holder things. I can't remember what they call them, but got a whole list of stuff coming. So that's all coming, and they're all gonna be part of the giveaways tonight. So Soak Shield 2.0, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And of course, if you guys don't know TintWiz, you guys have been living under a rock. That's right, guys. Go check out tintwiz.com. Eric DeVosh, not only on the show, but right here, TintWiz, right here, this way. This way. Something about TintWiz. TintWiz has been part of the show since the second episode. And I cannot thank Eric and the whole team of TintWiz for being part of the show and supporting everything that I've been doing. And so anyways, but he's on the show tonight, so we're good. So thank you again, Eric. I can't thank you enough. So all right, that's good. Let's turn off the chats, and we got to start the show like I normally start the show, right? We got to start the show, and hopefully I don't screw this up. So where's all the Instagram people, man? They're awfully quiet, but that's all right. We got 46 people in here. All right, let's start the show. And oh god, don't screw this up. And I believe it's this one. Let's start the show. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for the 100th show? Let's go. That's right, guys. It is Tint'er Tuesday live right here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Instagram and Twitch. I gotta start. I don't know. I gotta start like repeating that like 15 times a day so I don't forget it. So, anyways, 100 show. Here we go. There's a reason for this show. Not only because of the 100th, but there's a reason why my guests are on the show. Is I wanted something to be like absolutely 100% meaningful, I guess, impactful. I guess you could say impactful, right? Sure. So here's the thing. When I was getting closer to the 100 show, and I'm like, I want to do something that's meaningful, right? And I was like, oh, who can I have on the show? And I was like, I got this. I want the 6 guys who I have looked up to over the years, who have changed the industry, impacted the industry somehow, some way, and given back. And that's why these guests are on the show. And I hit them all up, and they're all like, yeah, we'll do it. And I gotta lower my seat down a little bit. All right, it's down. Okay. So they didn't actually know what they were doing on the show till about maybe 15 minutes ago. I was like, surprise. No, anyways. So I'm going to try to keep the show still about an hour and a half ish, maybe no longer than that. But all my guests have really done something good for the industry. And I can't think of enough for everything they've done, not only for me, but for the industry as a whole. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to kind of run through the guests. The giveaways for the show are going to be at the end, the ones I have. Okay. I do know Dean Mitchell has a couple of Tint'ers for a Cause hats he's going to give away. So we'll figure that out when he comes on. But regardless, giveaways, we're going to do it. Okay. So my first guest tonight on the 100th episode. Fuck. My first guest. No introduction. It's this guy. He truly means a lot to me. He reached out to me a little over 2 years ago and offered me an amazing opportunity to work alongside of him and a fantastic team. And I can't thank him enough. But we're not here to talk about Audubon. We're going to talk about something else. So my first guest is Mr. David Kratz. So Mr. Kratz, are you ready? He's ready. He's yelling at me. He's ready. All right. So without further ado, Mr. David Kratz.
What's going on, man?
Sir, how are you?
Doing well.
Welcome to the 100 show.
Man, that intro was legit.
Right.
It's good. I like it.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. So, like we were all talking about, the 7 of us, in the background before the show started.
Yeah.
The reason why I brought you on is literally nothing about Audubon, nothing about conferences, nothing about that. I wanted to talk to you about the loop. This is something that you came up with, and it's amazing. Like, I wish I could be a fly inside your brain and just see and hear every little thing that goes on in your head, because you come up with some of the most amazing things that make a big difference in our industry, and it impacts so many people out there. So I want to talk about the loop. So if you could kind of like maybe break it down, like what made you come up with it, what was the reason behind it, and just kind of give us a story about the loop.
Okay, yeah. So the Loop magazine kind of came into fruition end of last year. I would say it came out of a bit of frustration on my side from what I was seeing in the industry, areas that were not being covered as well as they could be. And I also felt like there was there was there was a missing element in the industry where a magazine needed to be visually stimulating as well. It had to feel like almost like a fashion magazine. And I ended up on a phone call with Chris Collier and pitched the idea to him. And come to find out, it was his longtime dream to launch a magazine. And from that phone call, the Loop magazine came to be, and we got with Carrie Yoakum as well, and Josh, and came out with our first issue in April to feature the industry. Kind of the intent behind the magazine was to be zero ads, zero influence from manufacturers or suppliers. Even though the magazine was being launched by a supplier, we set strict guidelines to keep the content neutral and to not have some kind of marketing intent behind the content in the magazine. And I feel we've done a great job of achieving that, where we really present things in a neutral fashion. And I think it's fair to say that the magazine has really taken off, and we are having a blast in the process. But a huge prop goes to Chris Collier, Carrie, and Josh. I mean, they have been the ones that have seen us through to get that vision to fruition. And I think the most recent magazine is by far one of my favorite covers so far.
It's really cool to see, because you kind of do like a pre-launch to to all of us in the company, and heads up, this is what's coming out, and it's really cool to see, even though it's launched by Audubon.
Yeah.
But it's so cool to see, you got guys that are not even part of Audubon. I mean, you got Dean Mitchell that was on the cover, right? You got Avery was on there, right?
Yep.
And it's so cool to see, and I may be a little, a little biased here, but whatever. But it's so cool to be part of a company that's just taken something that is representing everyone that's out there. And it's so cool to see. And I absolutely love it. And I think everybody's received it very well. I mean, I see nothing but, just good feedback from it. And, like you said, the design team, you got Carrie and Josh and Chris. And they just talk about just beautifully executed. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You see anything new in the future for the Loop, or is it just kind of like, this is where we're going right now? Like, what's anything you can share? If you can't, no big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with each issue, you're going to see an expansion of the magazine and kind of a continual focus on people versus brands. And so you will continue to see that kind of content come out in the magazine. We anticipate the magazines to get larger as well, as far as the amount of pages and content inside each issue. And eventually we're hoping to have additional issues versus every quarter, having them maybe every other month or something like that, as far as the
oh, wow,
paperback issues. So it'll be a lot of good stuff in the works for it. I think the funnest part that we've had here recently is there's a lot of interest for new stories for the magazine. Chris is getting a lot of leads of people that are wanting to be featured in the magazine or wanting to tell their story. And man, I think that's just so special to see that, where we're learning more and more about people in our industry, and some of these people have amazing stories that they want to tell. And I think that Loop is proving to be a good outlet for that. I'm very excited for that part of it.
Yeah, it's just, dude, it's just fucking badass, man. It just is. I know when you kind of told all of us, in meetings and stuff, and you're like, hey, I kind of want to do this. And I mean, I was blown away, and I was just like, this is so cool. This is something that, the industry needs. And I really didn't see a flop. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Some people launch things and you're just like, oh, the hype's all there. Then it just kind of peters off and you're just like, whatever. Yeah. I do not see this with the Loop, dude. It's just like every single time a new one comes out, I'm just blown away. I'm blown away. The artwork, the time, the effort, the stories, dude, it's super cool.
I
And
think what was special to us with this most recent issue is when we did our vision board at the very beginning, as far as what we wanted the magazine to look like.
Mhm.
We used Rolling Stone magazine and GQ as kind of our reference points for the visual side of the magazine. And to see some of that being quoted in some of the social media posts, it was, I mean, the entire creative team was tickled to death by it. I mean, it was awesome to see. And the team just did a phenomenal job with the design and the layout of the magazine. The amount of hours that Carrie and Chris have put into just making sure everything's perfect. Been fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. Anything else that's going to happen in the Loop, or do you see anything big? I mean, like, how far do you want to bring this out? Is this something you want to like go like long term, or is it just going to be kind of a short thing?
No, it's long term. Eventually, video stories will be a part of it too.
What?
And this kind of comes from inspiration from Carlos, and I think you as well. You guys were doing that traveling video thing back in the day, where you feature professionals.
Okay.
There's a thought process that eventually we'll be able to do that as well, and once again, kind of leaning heavily on the visual side of telling a story about a professional in the industry. So
wow.
I would say that's probably the next big step for the magazine, is having a video kind of version story of the magazine too.
Dude, that's crazy. And I'm going to tell you, all y'all, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. All right. He doesn't like to tell me shit. He doesn't. He's like, nope, not saying anything. Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm just blown away. And the more I see, like, just on regular social media posts, and everybody's like, showing the magazine and showing like the articles and stuff like that, and everybody's like, dude, I'm in this book, and like, it literally lights everybody up. It does. It's super cool that people get to share their stories, and then they get that limelight, that feature in a book. And like you said, it's that GQ style, like it's that high class, you know what I mean? And it's super cool to see everybody just flock to it and share it, and it's very well received. And I think you did an amazing job. Again, I can't thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done for me over the last 2.5 years. The ability to still do what I do, and still, be part of the company. And I can't thank you enough. And I thank you for being on the show. And I know you got work to do. I mean, you were doing work in the green room, so I totally get it. Is there anything you would like to share before you go, and we'll bring on the next person?
Man, I think what I would like to say is I can't express how much I appreciate you and all that you do. And I think so many of these cool elements that are coming out, it's thanks to an incredible team that's doing all the work. Just like the magazine, where it's Chris, Josh, and Carrie doing all the work on it, and the design, and the amount of emotion and energy they put into making sure it's perfect, to how you approach everything you do with that same level of intensity and care and passion for everything. And man, congratulations on the success of this show too. It's been an incredible journey to watch, and I love what you're doing, man.
I appreciate the kind words, sir. I really do. And yeah, man, you got me, dude. You got me. You're my boo, homeboy. That's it. David, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes,
thank you for the loop, and thank you for keeping everybody in the loop. And just don't stop, man. You're absolutely doing fantastic. And that's it, man.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much.
Get the fuck out of here. Bye. He really thought the 100th show wasn't going to kick anybody off of it? Get the hell out of here. I don't get very many times to tell my boss to get the fuck out. No, I'm just playing. I'm totally joking. On a serious note, David, thank you so much for being part of the show. And I love everything you do. And you inspired me to keep that momentum of just just being open to new things and introducing so much to everybody else that's out there. So thank you so much, David. Up next, let's do Poppy. You ready? Thumbs up, yeah, Poppy. Oh, okay. So I think LU kind of missed a little bit of this, but let me tell you something. Like I said before, everybody on the show has a purpose, because they all inspired me in some way. LU, we've known each other for a couple of years. I've seen him at events, and this guy is truly amazing. He didn't invent a water pump. Okay, he took that water pump, threw it in a backpack, and made it so like user friendly for our industry. And the way he does his content and the way he pushes things and the way his mind thinks to make things better for the water pump or the backpack, or whichever way you want to look at it, is absolutely inspirational. And I love this guy. He is just down to earth. And anyways, LU, Tip Buster, you ready? He's not ready. Let's bring him in anyway. Screw it.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me, sir.
Oh, dude, no. I thank you. I know you've been busy. I know you've been kind of back and forth with events and competitions, and I appreciate you taking the time out. And when I messaged you and I said, hey, can you be part of this? You're like, absolutely. I'm like, okay, cool. So thank you so much for being part of the show.
I still think that I don't believe I don't belong to this group of people.
Yes, you do. Shut your mouth. Don't do that.
This is an incredible lineup that you have here, sir.
Well, like I said, you guys have all inspired me in some way. And I see your passion for your products. I see your passion for your content. The passion that you put out for Audubon is just, it's unmatched, dude. Like, it is unmatched. And
everywhere. Audubon everywhere.
I love everything you do. And we follow each other on Instagram, and you tag me in all your stuff, and I go back and I look at all the comments, and I'm like, these guys look up to you, LU. And I know it's I understand that you don't want to maybe see it that way, and you're just being humble about it, but I see it. And guys and girls, I mean, any installer out there just looks up at you as up here. And this is why you're on the show, dude. You've got a great product, the Tint Buster backpack. I mean, you took a pump, you put it in the backpack, you made it to where it was just user friendly and versatile. And dude, you changed the way for a lot of flat glass people. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
That was the main idea. I always wanted to bring something new to the industry that did not exist. And when I came out with this idea, I was like, yes, this is it. This is how we're gonna change it, and it works out. And I'm gratefully that people like it, people love it, so much they already copy it. But so here we are.
No, so my thing is that, I mean, when did it hit you when you were like, I'm going to throw a pump in the backpack? When did it hit you? What were you doing?
The first time I saw the video on Window Film Revolution, a guy putting an RV pump to a keg, I remember it was a black dude, but I don't remember his name. I was like, I wish I know his name now. That way I can, show him up. Like, hey, you did this first, and that's how I came up with this. I tried like that. Then I was looking to make it mobile, and one day I was thinking about, why if I put a hydro bag on a bladder connected to the pump. And dude, I had that seated for months in a closet. I never work on it, and I already told the history with Marco and how he pushed me to do it. So that's how I came up with the idea, and I'm grateful that it works, that people like it, people love it, people support me, and new things coming, new things coming.
Absolutely. I mean, I got my first Tint Buster backpack, and when we were at Amelia Island, right? Or yeah, Tinderbows, Amelia. And when I got home, I mean, dude, that was like the first day. Like, instead of just unpacking and throwing clothes in the laundry, right? For being gone. No. I took that Tint Buster out, and I'm like, I'm putting this bitch together, and I'm filling the fucking bladders up, and I'm like, I want this bitch to fucking work, right?
Nice.
And the first time I used it, I was just like, fucking genius, man. I mean,
Yep.
dude, I used to do so much flat glass back in the day, and it was horrible having a tank, and then
And you know what's the funny thing, right? That I suck at flat glass. Like, I don't do flat glass at all. I actually hate it, bro. Like, come on, man. I don't. And the thing is, the ideas that it comes out to my mind is all flat glass and PPF. Like, oh my god, why I cannot come out with something for cars? Like, I do cars every day. I mean, I wear my backpack to tint cars. But
Sure.
people love it for flat glass. Like, I don't know, man.
it was game changer for me for flat glass. I mean, that's just it, because
Yeah. And the thing is,
man,
like 80-90% of my customers are flat glass installers. So I'm
exactly.
like, what in the hell, man, bro?
Yeah.
I don't do flat glass at all. Like, so.
but it works so beautifully, and I okay, with any product there's always hiccups, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's always things that happens, but the thing that I love a lot about you and your product is that you stand behind it.
Of course.
Not 100%, like 110%. Like,
Yeah, of course.
oh my gosh, I have seen so many posts that people are like, hey, this happened, does anybody know how to fix it or how to get a hold of LU? Dude, man, you are in it like super fast. You're like, hey,
I always try to do like that, even with my customers. I mean, that was the plan. I mean, like, I wanted to show the industry what I do for my actual customers.
right.
Like, now that my peers are my customers too, like, I want to give them the same service that I do for my actual customers. So, and I always try to keep on top of my game. I mean, there's an issue. I mean, there's always issues. I always try to be on top of it. And I want to apologize for people that have been emailing me like, hey, yeah, I need to fix this. I need to help with this. I mean, like, I'll be replying emails soon this week. Hopefully, I will take some time to reply emails because I was at WFR. I just came back. I have a bunch of work at the shop, but trust me, any problem, any issues with your busters, I will take care of it, and we're gonna get them fixed, and you're gonna be back to work as soon as possible.
Yeah, and here's the thing: anybody watching that just listen to what he just said, I can vouch for that because I didn't use it for a while, right? And I hooked everything up like I normally would, right? And it wasn't spraying out any water. I literally messaged you, and you're like, Pape, do it like this. And I mean, it took me like 2 seconds, and I'm like, son of a bitch. And it was working again. So it's a true testament of your customer service and the way that you respond back to people, and you're always there to help out because you know your product inside and out. And you'll back it up 100%. Like, it's just phenomenal.
Hey, I see comments here. Hey, I'm out of stock, so I'm hoping to be back in stock next week. I have 150 units coming back next week. People were laughing at me like, you won't be selling 50 units in 2 days. Like, come on, man. I know you don't believe it. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
So
now you don't have to give too much details if you don't want. I know you were kind of out of the lobby there for a little bit. Um, anything new with Tim Buster? Anything that's coming
Yeah,
out or?
yeah, Optimus is coming. I did a little preview on WFR. The feedback is amazing. Like,
So
yeah, I was not.
what's the what, yeah? I mean, come on, man, give everybody a little taste, just a
Yeah,
little bit. What's
yeah.
the Optimus?
It's a carry-on baggage with two different systems, one of each side. It's gonna be for flat glass and PPF, also for tint. My main idea was like, I'm not the installer that I do tints. That my cleaning prep is different than my solution to install,
Mhm.
and that's why I wanted to come with something like this. But I know there's some other people that they split the hose and they have two different hoses with one tank, but I did not want to have it like that. First, I want to get rid of the keg because it takes too much time. 5 gallons is a lot of water that most of us don't need 5 gallons of water. So basically, two is gonna have between 2 and 3 gallons of water on each side, and you're gonna have two different mixes. It's gonna be two separate mixes, 2 gallons to each side. That if one installer likes to do Johnson and the other installer like to do 7 Gen, they can have two different mixes from one equipment. So the PPF is the same. Everything's gonna be color coded. For sleep is gonna be the blue hose. For tag is gonna be the red hose. That way you know your hot tag and your cold sleep. So that was the main idea, having two separate systems in one compartment, and then you can put all your tools there. You can carry, and I have compartments for squeegees outside. That you can have squeegees on the outside. It has like a little table that opens up that you can throw your tools. You can have a bottle of water if you want to put there. It's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool tool that I put a lot of thought in it. I did not want to come back with another backpack. I mean, I think that I already did something good. So I wanted to do something different because I know not everybody wants to carry around a backpack. So this product is for the people that don't want to be carrying nothing around. This is what I'm coming with. So
You showed me little pictures and videos of it. We did a FaceTime. You're like, you better not show anybody, and I'm like, I won't show a person.
You actually were the first person that saw it. Like, yeah, you did.
What?
You was, yes, you was the first person that I showed it in the industry. Like, you were the first one.
And I never showed a person, so you should be proud of me. I
Good.
never leaked that thing out.
Good.
But this
Hey,
this
listen, your family, bro. I trust my Autobahn family, dude. Come on, man.
I got you.
So-
But I will vouch for this. It is an absolute phenomenal product. I can't wait till it's like, ready to go. Because it'll probably be one of my next purchases.
it should be out. I would say for the beginning of next year. That's the plan. I wanted to have a little feedback from the industry,
Right.
and I have what I needed. Like, I saw it is very nice, accepted in the community. So now we can do some pre-orders and start working on it.
Yes, absolutely. No, it's phenomenal. It looks freaking badass, and I'm super excited for you. I mean, you literally took that pump that you would see in just anything around the house, fish tanks, or I mean, whatever the case may be, flower beds, whatever. And I mean, you changed the industry by putting it in a backpack, and now this new product that you're doing, where it's literally got two separate bladders where you can have prep and install. I mean, dude, it's phenomenal, and I absolutely love it, dude. And
Yeah.
I commend you.
That's always my goal. Change the industry for better, not just making it fancier. Anyone can do that. Make something fancier that from something that exists. Anyone can do that. I want to do something that is different, that I can help us make our work more efficient.
Right. And you're doing it. You're doing it, Poppy, dude. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I mean, that's
Yeah,
it. It's
I mean, I've been helped from a bunch of people: Autobahn, David Kratz, Chuck Cochran, Jeff Welch. Uh, Dude, I can mention 100 people here that helped me build my first team buster, that helped me promote my product, and they still buy my product. Team Nick from 44 Tools, they helped me a lot. So Rick McIntyre from Sun Distributor, Sean Vogler, I can mention you a bunch of people that helped me grow, and I really appreciate all their help. And there's Papi here for a lot of time.
Hey, we're just here to help you in any way possible. But I mean, let's be honest, dude. You came up with something that changed the industry for a lot of people, and it's working, dude. It's fucking working. This is why you're on the fucking show right here. This
I was
is
like,
why.
why am I there?
No, dude.
I don't belong there, man.
Yes,
like, honestly,
you do.
Honestly, I was like, dude, I don't belong to that lineup. Like, dude, that's some heavy hitters right there, man. Yeah, I just saw Eric DeVash, David Cross, Mike Nord, Rodney. Like, what the hell am I doing there? Like, come on, man.
LU, you can't go anywhere and see you without you having a smile, and you're just you're just there to help out and be you, and that's
I always try to be me.
That's what I'm saying. Is when I first met you in person, I'm like, dude, he's the same person as I see on his social media.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're nothing different, dude.
Yeah, I brag a little more on social media, but that's how it is.
That's social media, dude. You gotta do that a little bit.
Of course. I brag, but I show up too, man. Like, come on, man. I just made it 6th place on the WFR, bro. That's not easy, man. Doing top 10 on WFR is like, damn. I wish I won it, but it was tough. It was a tough competition. So,
no, dude, you're doing fantastic. You know I'm gonna support you all the time. And dude, if you ever need anything from me, all you gotta do is text me, man. I'll help you in any way possible. So
I know you will. You can kick me out now.
Nah. But what are you talking about? I'm not kicking you out. Get the fuck out of here, Papi. Get out of here. Get out of here. He knew it was coming. He knew it. He was like, he's gonna kick me the fuck off. I know it. He felt it. Hey, anyways, no. Here's the thing, guys. I know LU's saying that he doesn't belong in this group. But he's full of shit. He is absolutely phenomenal person, and everything he does for the industry is just top notch. And if you don't know him and you're at an event and he's there, you definitely got to go run up, shake his hand, and get to know him, because he's a phenomenal person. So LU, thank you so much for being part of the show. Go enjoy the rest of your night. If you want to kick out, go for it. So you're good. Let's see. Let's check in with the chat. Who's still in here? Let's see. Holy shit, there's 51 people still watching. All right, well then I guess we got to keep the show going. Let's see. I know Eric is on a time crunch. Really, Eric? He said like this. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring in Dean Mitchell first. We'll do a quick deal with Dean Mitchell, and then I'll bring Eric in, because I know Eric's got to go, even though I told him he was last. But we'll start with Dean. So Dean Mitchell, my next guest, Dean Mitchell. If you guys don't know Dean Mitchell, phenomenal guy with Expel, and the one that's kind of brought Tint'er for a Cause. The reason why he's on the show is I've looked up to him for quite a while. We've gone to events together. We've tinted side by side together. And when he came up with the whole Tint'er for a Cause and the reason behind it, I was blown away. And if you guys don't know what Tint'er for a Cause is, he's going to tell you here in a minute. But I look at it as someone actually looked at our industry and wanted to help where help was needed. And that's where Tint'er for a Cause comes in. So, Dean Mitchell, are you ready? Glasses and all? This dude's like, I'm wearing sunglasses because I want to be like Jason. And I'm like, get out of here. Like, I was like, Dean, let's go.
I wear my sunglasses at night so I can.
Get out of here.
What's up, Jason? Man, yeah, I'm not as cool as you, but I try to be. So hey, give me props for that.
I'll give you. All right, all right.
And they're
Steve,
also my prescription glasses.
hey,
just like
minor
your stuff,
prescription
right?
too. And Eric DeVos had mine specially made for me, so they're prescription.
Nice.
They're thick,
cool.
but they're prescription. I'm good. Dean, thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thanks for
everybody,
inviting me.
everybody knows who Dean Mitchell is. It's Sir Dean. I've been calling you Sir Dean since I don't know how long. How long? So let's talk about
Thanks
Tears
for
for a
having me,
Cause.
Jason.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Let's talk about Tears for a Cause. How did it come about? Just we'll start right there.
Man, so I've some people that are listening to the show tonight know exactly how it happened, and it was, all due to John Little's wife, who had a heart attack about 4 or 5 years ago, and we all decided to, he had a GoFundMe, I believe, back then, and it wasn't kicking off too much, so we. Rick McIntyre, no, I forget who reached out. Somebody reached out to me in regards to starting a raffle. They donated a heat gun. I put the heat gun up for one of those old blue Makita heat guns, and we auctioned it off. And that wasn't raising enough. So I said that if person who wins it, I'm going to fly down to their shop, deliver it in person, and give them 2 days of advanced Windowton training. So Lisa at Sunray Tint in Texas
Yep.
won the auction, and she organized an event, got Audubon involved to donate the film, and word got out. A bunch of people in the industry like Steven Sala, oh my God, I forget all the names of the people that were there, but there was a Dave Dillinger. There was a bunch of people that made it out, and we just tinted a bunch of cars and raised about $20,000 that day alone for John to help pay for some of the hospital bills. So, as we were tinting that day, we, Stephen and I and John and I just started talking that we should try to come up with something where it's easier to turn around and be able to raise some funds and actually have funds ready and available to exactly not displace a bunch of window tinners from their shops and fly down to a certain area and just be able to, not just give money away, but to help pay some bills and
Right.
to help the people in need, right? So actually, John Little is the one that came up with the name Tinners for a Cause.
Oh,
And
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right then
Okay.
and there. He didn't say it specifically like that, but he says, we're tinting for a cause. We should name it somewhere around there. So we, and then we brainstormed, and Tinners for a Cause came out. And then I just spearheaded the project along with Steven Sala, and Eric DeVos was a big help. So was Christopher Hardy. And, I got a lot of people behind the team to take it to getting our official nonprofit status back in 2022, I believe. Yeah, August of 2022 is when we got our 501c3 status, allowing us to do this legally and give back. So super proud of what it's become over the years. We've raised nearly $250,000 since day one.
Wow.
And we've given away more than half of it, and so and we're still going strong, man. We just had a phenomenal event where the all-time record was $26,000 that we raised at IWFCT in Virginia Beach last year,
Right.
with the help of Deb Levy and her team, who had organized a bunch of events to raise funds. And tonight I got a phone call. So the official number that came out of Window Film Revolution reunion was just a little over $24,000. And then I got a call from somebody today by the name of Steve Reeder, who you all know just won first place at the WFR
Right.
reunion and won $25,000. And he said he was going to donate 10% of his winnings to Tinners for a Cause, which, just so everybody knows, this is not the first time he does that. He's won our Expel Dealer Conference with $10,000 cash. He's actually won the first WFR reunion. And every time he's like, Dean, I'm donating 10%. Dean, I'm donating 10%. So again, that put us over the top with the new all-time record for one event. So by
Wow.
$500, just a little over $26,500. So
Damn.
super excited. There's a lot of people I'd like to thank, but I don't think I have enough time. But I have to publicly thank Marion and her daughter Chrissy, who have been phenomenal in coming up with original ways to help us raise funds. I think everybody knows Marion and Chrissy and their energy and how funny they are. And this year they came up with a pie in the face contest.
Pie in the face, yeah.
Which you saw your boss and my boss pie each other. I mean, that was freaking priceless. But just that pie throwing contest, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Marion, but I believe just the pies alone raised over $7,500.
Dang.
And it was just it was awesome. It was
Wow.
awesome.
Wow.
And these events just keep people just come up to me and say, Dean, I have this. It means a lot to me. I want to give it to you. Please auction it off. Do a silent auctions. Just put it raffle and guys like Randy Humphreys, who donated those big ass Crocs that everybody
the oversized
signed.
Crocs. Yep.
And Latha just was the highest bidder on a lot of stuff. Latha went in for a lot this year as well, and Ricky Miller and just who you are. Everybody that donated, it's insane to see the growth and the support and the unity in these events. And I'm just glad to be a part of it and to help be the face of something that's above me, that's above all of us. And it all it does is it reunites us, and it gives us a comfort and a feeling that we know that if anything ever happens, we're there to support each other. So we're working on a few cases right now that we're looking into. I've got a great committee behind me, and they bring us the cases one by one, and that the board approves. And there's more things that are going to come out in the near future. So it's just a lot of good things, man. A lot of good to see the unity, and along with that, I love to go back to Loop magazine. Loop to me is an extension of the unity. It's good to see an unbiased magazine there with, like David said, no advertising, no brand specific, and it's just about the industry. It's about the window tinners. And what I'd like to see more of, and Dave, if you're still listening, and I know you have started this with Avery, and seeing following tinners in their hobbies, in their day-to-day outside of window tinning. You got guys like Avery, who's got a cigar collection that's unreal. You've got Sean Vogler, that's got probably the biggest wine collection ever. But to see that in the magazine, and to explain to the community, where does that passion come from? You got Jeremy Fireball Davis that drag races freaking Harley Davidsons. Yep. You've got guys that love to fish. You've got guys that love to sing. There's all types of things we do outside of tint, and that's the kind of stuff I really loved in this edition, was to read up on Avery and where that comes from. Yep. It's a tinner doing something else. We all know the stories of how we got in the industry and this and that. They tend to be a little repetitive, and that's cool. But it's good to see what you do outside of your daily life, right?
100%.
Exactly, and to find out and to get into personal lives of people that made it and they live from window tinning. It's awesome. So Loop Magazine, David Kratz and your team, just keep doing what you're doing, and it's amazing to see. And I personally want to see more of personal stories and personal passions and hobbies from window tinners in the future. So put that on your list, please.
There you go. Yeah. And if he's not watching, I'll message him tomorrow.
He is.
Listen, this is what
I just saw him comment.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
But it's awesome.
No, it's really cool. And like I said, the reason why you're on the show, and the reason why I asked you to be on the show, is because I see what you do with Tinners for a Cause. I see the help that you do. I have seen so many of you like posts and videos or pictures of you, going personally to hand someone over a check to go, we're here to help you get out of your whatever the case may be, the tragedy or, whatever it is. And I see the passion in you for it. And then I see the acceptance of the other person from you. And it's just like, oh my God, like this is what our industry needed a long time ago. And it's so cool to see the growth for Tint'er for a Cause. I know I went out on one of your first with Dave Dillinger over to Derek Bodies, and Dillinger called me up and he's like, "Hey, I got a big favor. I'll get you the details, and then I talk to you next." And you're like, "Dude, just come out and sling some film." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, well, count me in," And being part of it in person made me sit back and realize that every single one of us out there are all going through something. We're all going through something. We all need help at some point. And now we've got Tint'er for a Cause to step in and go, "We got your back." And oh my God, dude.
You're 100% right. And we got a taste of it at the Window Film Revolution reunion. I've got, I believe his name is Andrew Duran, who is a gentleman we helped last year who had to go through some pretty serious surgery. He had major issues with his stomach that was potentially life-threatening, and we helped him. And he comes up to me at the reunion. He says, "Dude, you saved my life. You saved my shop. You saved my family." He's got 4 or 5 kids. I'm not sure. And just that. And I said, "You're thanking me, but it's I'm taking the thank you for the entire industry, because it's not just me. It's everybody that chipped in to make it so that you didn't lose anything, right? So we're all in this together." So it was awesome to see, and I'm just glad to be part of it, and it's good to see that we're physically making a difference.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Man, dude, I really thought 15-20 minutes a person was going to do it perfectly, but I know Eric's in the background getting antsy. Oh. He's like doing this. No, but here's the thing. Future for Tint'er for a Cause. What's it look like?
So we're going to keep helping. We're going to keep finding original ways to raise funds. We are having our online store that will be activated pretty soon. Eric may be able to talk about that, but we'll be able to sell merch directly on our website starting pretty soon. And then we're also officially kicking off a raffle. Again, Eric will give all the details on that. But if you've ever dreamt of owning, and if you want to post that picture right now,
the thing is the picture won't come up, and I don't know why. So,
okay, hold on.
Yeah, if you've got it.
If you've ever dreamed, you can't really see it, can you? No.
Man, I was so mad that the picture wouldn't load.
You can kind of see it. So we will be raffling off a Rolex. Let me read it, because I'm not too familiar with Rolexes, but a Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi worth $23,000. All right, you heard it, $23,000. And we will be raffling it off starting at IWFCT. And then Eric Devash will be giving all the details as to how long it'll last, how much the tickets will be. But can you imagine potentially winning a $23,000 watch by buying just one ticket? One raffle ticket?
One ticket.
So good luck to everybody. Thank you for everybody's support. Jason, thank you for always making sure to keep the industry together through your show. I love what you do. I love what you have to say. Just keep doing your thing, my brother, and I'm going to keep trying to look as cool as you as long as I can, my friend.
No, I listen, Dean, I appreciate the kind words. I know we text every so often. You're busy, I'm busy, and I can't thank you enough for everything you're doing now, and I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. And on that note, get the fuck out of here. All right. I had to catch his ass off guard. Damn it. I had to do it. He's all like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool?" Like, get the fuck out of here, Dean. No, on a serious note, Dean Mitchell, thank you so much. Tint'er for a Cause has definitely made a big change in our industry to help out other tinters in need. If you guys need more info about it, Tint'er for a Cause.org, I believe it's .org. Yeah. .org. Okay. Am I losing power? I think I'm losing power. That's weird. All my lights started going off. Oh shit. All right. Fuck it. Eric DeVos, you ready? You gotta close this up, and then I gotta get these other two in. All right, hurry up. Get in here, Eric.
Ready to roll.
Oh my god. Those aren't even the actual Tint Wiz glasses. Get out of here.
I gave them all away. I gave out 4,999. I had one pair. And
You want mine? They're prescription.
If they weren't prescription, I would take them off your hands. But.
Oh. Eric, thank you so much for being part of the show. And something I definitely want to say from the bottom of my heart is that your team, Tint Wiz, has been part of my show since the second episode. And I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for the show, everything you've done for me, and I'm going to speak for everybody else out there, everything you've done for the industry. That's first thing I want to say. So thank you so much.
Thank you for the kind words. I have to turn that back at you and say thank you for all the support from the very beginning of your show and from before the show and on your 100th episode and on your 99th, 98th, 97th, all the way back. You're amazingly supportive to Tint Wiz, but more importantly, you're like this example, this show today, everything you've done with Tint'er Tuesday. It's like like the saying, legacy is greater than currency. I feel like this embodies that, because this is one of the ways you leave a legacy. Certainly you're not doing it for currency, but it definitely has this effect now and potentially forever. So, hats off to you.
Thank you, sir.
Off to you.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I mean, let's be honest. This is, you do your podcast. And I think me and you've talked about this before, and I think I've got you beat. I think I'm the longest running consecutive podcast that's been out in our industry. So, but I think you're right behind me. So
definitely, I did my first podcast in 2019, and yours, I would say, was probably 2 years earlier.
Yep. Yeah. But either way, I mean, who's keeping tabs, right?
I saw the podcast with you and Carlos even. I don't know where that falls in, but I remember that podcast before I ever met you or ever met Carlos.
Oh,
both of your podcasts together online.
That was geez. God, I want to say that was around 2017, somewhere around there. Yeesh.
It's a classic. Like, for anybody who hasn't seen it, like, that's, to me, is a must watch.
And that was a very, very long podcast with him. It was like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it was in 2000, whatever you said, 17, 18, whatever it is. It's like 6 years ago. You guys were podcasting, like, and
his camera burnt up because it was on too long. So, anyways, all right. So the reason why I have you on the show is because of everything you do for us, the shop owners, the installers, the events. I mean, I've said this before. I mean, you can't go anywhere without seeing the Tint Wiz logo in our industry. You just can't, dude. The way you give back to the industry is just, it's unmatched, dude. And I can't thank you enough. And that just inspires me to keep doing the show, because I see the way you do your shows, and I'm like, God, I want to be like fucking Eric, but I'm not Eric, and I'm just. But what you do is absolutely phenomenal, and it's just this is why you're on the show. So let's just, I know everybody knows Tint Wiz, but I'm sure someone's going to watch this and go, I never even heard of Tint Wiz. So Tint Wiz, just really quick, because I know you're on a time crunch, but how did it come about, and the reason behind it?
Sure. Tint Wiz is a all-in-one business management solution. So it's an app. It's available on the computer. It's where you're going to do your scheduling, your quoting, your invoicing, your communications back and forth with your team. You can save your before and after pictures. It's going to automatically request reviews, remind your customers of appointments and follow up with proposals and so on. So it's a superpower in your phone. And the way it came about was we built it originally for my business that at the time I had started. Basically, Tint Wiz has been in development since 2015, essentially. I developed it as a secret weapon for my own business until 2018. And then in 2018, the epiphany came of, how much I enjoyed the software, how impactful it was for our business. We had grown from starting to over $3 million in 4 years. And I said, okay, I get that I could take over the world and have locations in every 50 state and so on with the software, or what kind of impact in future would this have, like with it being out to the public, me focusing 100% time on the software and making it something that anybody can take advantage of and leverage and use for their business. And so that was 2019. And then here we are. Obviously been greatly accepted by the industry. It's something that, was built out of necessity. And I just believe 1000% that if you use it, even if you use it partially, you are going to find tremendous benefit from it and probably never look back. And that's TintWiz. And our mission moving forward is essentially, we've been very successful in the tint industry. And what that to me means is we're going to stay in the tint industry. We have no sights on like expanding, sideways out into other industries. We're not trying to be in, like pool care or like other services. We are all into window tint because I believe resources are finite, right? And you only have so much time in the day and so much resources. And why not keep going deeper and deeper into this industry, both through TintWiz, potentially other softwares that might be in the work, and also through community impact. Part of like what people see is like, hey, you do a great job at the show, or like, we like how you mail tools to people as a surprise. It's all stuff that when I had my shop, it was stuff that when I went to WFCT or other shows, it was WFCT, or at the time there was no other shows. What am I saying? But or when I was talking to a rep, or when I was at a dealer conference or whatever, they were things that I said, man, I wish they would do this. I wish, there was more of this. And how come they don't do this? So then when, if you're in that position, which I became in that position, I said, well, okay, let's figure out how to be efficient with this company and how to grow through the industry, not grow through giving our money to Google or like giving our money to outside agencies. So like, I have to now transition into like where credit is due. Like I'll take the credit for helping to steer the ship maybe and pointing things out and so on. But here's the thing, ultimately, like, again, I'll take the credit for seeing Carrie and seeing what a talented person she is, but then bringing her on board, she's the executioner. When you go to the show and you see all the graphics and you go, this wrap is insane. And you say, man, like your backpacks are so well designed and so on. That's Carrie, right? And that's part of having a strong team. That's not just she draws it. She thinks about it, she evolves it, she taglines it, she draws it, she brings back. That is the value of having like an unbelievable like teammate. And then it's like we'll put out content, let's say from shows, and it's like, yeah, those pictures that look fucking awesome, they're from Josh Welch.
Yeah,
see what I mean? They're not from, we didn't like say, hey, let's go on Thumbtack and find a random videographer. It's like, no, Josh Welch is doing this amazing job of taking photographs at events. It's obviously his passion. Boom, there's Josh Welch. And like now we're like, I feel like we're executing on another level through social media and at events. I feel like what we're about to do WFR was huge, and then WFCT, it's another one. And then you have kind of SEMA and these little things popping up, and we have dealer conferences. It wouldn't be possible without Cadeau on our team. So it's like, what I'm really excited about is continuing to support in the industry, right? You make a tool, I want to buy it, I want to give it away, I want to get it out there. And if there's a position in the company or even as a subcontractor, whatever it is, it's like, how can we keep putting that momentum into the industry where it continues to grow? Because, what are we without our industry? What are we without the community members and without literally nothing, right? Nobody sells films if there's no tinters, and nobody, there's none of that happens. Nobody uses TintWiz. So like we owe the success. I feel like and I'm speaking on behalf of like, not only myself, I'm projecting this onto all manufacturers, distributors, tool makers, merch makers, and so on. When you feel a little bit successful, don't forget that success is coming from the industry. Put that success back into the industry. That's where it belongs, and that's where it's going to do its best. And that's legacy over currency. But the thing is, currency follows it. So you'll get both, I think.
You're fuck, dude. You nailed it. I mean, let's be honest, dude. You nailed it. I mean, everything you said was like on point, like 1,000%. I mean, fucking A, dude. It's in the app, and that's
And I need to I want to pause just because I want to interrupt you. I'm sorry. You're going to kick me off at some point, so let me get an interruption. I have to take another couple of minutes to continue from that. It's not just, I mentioned those 3 members because they're currently like core members of the team, right? But that same appreciation goes to like Cody Becker, Carlos, like Patrick Fransco, you, Bobby McClure, like everyone. Like, I mean, I could keep, like, I literally would have to mention every single person's name. Cash, Rick Tallman, everyone, because everyone has a contribution into this. David Kratz, Chris Hardy, like 2 people that came together to pie each other in the face, as we were talking about, and be another great demonstration of like raising charity, coming together, and like what being a competitor, let's say a competitor in this industry, looks like when you're just part of the industry, right? So like what I want to say is like it's truly a collective of every person, down to like, commenting in a live stream or watching a live stream or showing up at an event or giving a thumbs up to a post or sharing something. It's literally everyone. Everyone has been a giant impact of this industry. So like, I'm just kind of, here with TintWiz and help maybe facilitate some of it, but certainly I just can't stress enough that the thanks needs to go to every single person. If you're listening to this, you deserve a thanks because you're contributing to this show. 100%. And that is alone is enough.
Well, and I agree. And I will kind of go back on because you use the air quotes, and I'm glad you.
Like
I know, but no.
People are going to rip each other's heads off, and you see them, and they're like,
Hold on. No, it has nothing to do with what you said. It was I'm glad you used the air quotes because David Kratz doesn't use air quotes. He does it a different way. And if he's still watching or listening, he knows. And anybody else that's in Autobahn, because he kind of does this. His air quotes are this. Just to me, no one else, just me.
Oh, I didn't want to make the fireworks go off or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
You do like a thumbs up and something happens,
right? All right. Any future plans that you can share with us about TintWiz? Anything that's like, I mean, anything like little. If not, no big deal.
Come to WFCT. If you're not at WFCT, then you'll find out online potentially. Come to WFCT. That's the place right now to find out. But you will. There is something that at WFCT. Here's the thing. I can't announce it because it doesn't exclusively involve me. So maybe that could be a clue. But come to WFCT and you'll see something that is like this. What I'm doing.
Gotcha. All right. Real quick. Do you want to piggyback off of Dean Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay.
Dean Mitchell in the raffle.
That.
So
yes.
Dean mentioned that there's going to be a raffle for a Rolex. The Pepsi model, if you're super into watches. As he said, it's a GM T Master 2 Pepsi. It's not the cheap one. As he said, it's a $20,000 Rolex. The raffle is going to be run through a website called Raffle Rocket. And this is a licensed raffle company that not like they have to approve the charity. First of all, you have to be a charity to do a raffle online. Like, you literally have to be a charity.
Right.
They have to then verify what state you're in. They verify all the licenses, and then they, as a third party, handle the actual raffle of it to make sure that, like, Tint'er for a cause and nobody has any effect on the raffle because they're handling it because that's their business, and that's actually how raffles, like, legally have to be run. So, if anybody's tried to do an online raffle, you realize, like, literally you can't unless you're an online charity, unless you're a 501(c) charity, and then you have to go through some sort of third party to officiate it, essentially. Kind of like when you're boxing, it's not just up to some random judges, the state oversees it because they can't let anything happen. So first and foremost, the raffle is going to take place through Raffle Rocket, and the tickets will become available on the opening day of WFCT, which will be noon at September 19th, which is a Thursday. So tickets will become available. And then the raffle's going to close 90 days later, December 18th.
Oh, wow.
And so you're going to have a 90-day period to buy tickets. And, you know, it's probably the best odds you have at a $20,000 grand prize valued raffle. And the ticket prices, I don't know how much details we're going to throw out there.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I can't afford a $20,000 watch. So, I
Well-
mean, if I buy a ticket and win it, that's worth it for me.
That's the thing. So the tickets are going to be $100 for one. You can get 5 for $400 if you really want to increase your odds.
Okay.
Or you can get 20 for $995, which brings down the ticket to under $50 a ticket. So basically between
Okay.
$100 and $50 for a ticket. And the grand prize is $20,000 watch. And then if for whatever reason, first of all, it's a perfect gift to yourself if you win because it's pre-Christmas and pre-New Year's. So you can start your New Year's in style. And if you don't necessarily, if you're not a watch person or you like an Apple Watch, you could gift it to your significant other. They'd be over the moon. You don't even have to tell them where you got it. Just gift it. And then the third option, if for any reason you're not a watch person and you don't have anyone to gift it to, you can trade it in to Tim Ham for 3 60-inch Graphtec plotters.
What? Are you serious?
Maybe, maybe not. We're going to
Oh,
find
okay.
out.
Okay. All right. I'm
throwing
like,
it out there.
damn.
I don't think Tim would say no to that.
Well, I mean, it's Tim Ham.
He's a watch
Oh,
guy.
yeah, he's a watch guy. No,
I don't
fair
think
enough.
he would say no to that. He had money all over his Rolls Royce at the WFR company. Shouldn't be a problem for Tim.
It should be a problem. Awesome. Okay.
So tickets,
yeah.
TFAC, there's a booth. You can walk by the booth when you're at WFCT. All the information will be there. No better time to get your ticket, and then you win 3 months. 3 months later, 90 days later, exactly.
You can get a watch, and it's a nice watch.
Super
I'm sorry the picture wouldn't load. I don't know why it wouldn't, but it was just.
It's good
yeah.
for suspense.
Anyways. Yeah. I mean, come on. You already put the model number. All someone has to do is go Google it, and they can see exactly what the watch looks like. But anyways, Eric, I honestly cannot thank you enough for everything you've done for me in the show. It means a lot, dude. I know the show is probably not big for like a lot of people, and it's not important to a lot of people out there. They're like, it's just a stupid show. But
No.
you're
the only one who says that or thinks that.
I'm just, talking. But I will tell you this, over the last 4 or 5 days that I've been working on, the new countdown, the new closing and the new intro and stuff like that. And, getting all you guys, I was getting emotional, and I was like, holy shit, man, Eric's been part of my show since the second episode. Like, dude, that's insane. That's insane. It's insane.
It's a lot of time has passed. We're growing old together, buddy.
Yeah, I got you beat. But anyways, Eric, thank you so much. Now get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Go. I know he's got shit to do. All right. So I got Rodney McClure. Rodney, you ready? I know it's getting late over there. You ready, sir? All right, let's go. All right, my next guest right here, Rodney McClure. I got feedback. Are you listening to something?
Oh, yes. Everything's off.
Okay, all right. Maybe oh no, wait, it stopped. Okay, anyways, Rodney McClure, owner, Gasco Pro Tools, and there's a reason why you're on this show. Is when I was looking for tools years ago, and I came across your website, and I'm like, Gasco Pro Tools, these look good tools, American made, all this good stuff, and I'm like, I'm going to try them out, and I immediately fell in love with your squeegees right off the bat, and I still to this day, I still use all your tools. All your tools are in my travel bag that I used to go traveling all over the place with. And I would give them out, and over the years, I've seen you just grow tremendously, and not only just in your customer base, but your products have just become top notch over top notch over top notch. And then your fucking customer service, like you literally jump on people's posts and you're like, is there a problem with your squeegee? Send it to me. I'll resharpen it, no cost. Like, who the fuck does that? Rodney McClure does. And that's why you're on this show.
I'm happy to be here.
It just blows my mind the above and beyond that you do for your tools, and the way you give back to the installers is just phenomenal. So thank you so much for being part of the show. So let's kind of do this. What made you start to get into the tool thing? Because I mean, you're a window tinter, you have your own company, but what started the tools? What was it?
Well, I guess I'm a tinker by trade, I guess you would say. And everything that I have is modified in some way or another. So I didn't try to reinvent the wheel. We just want to balance it out a little better. So
Yeah.
and the funny thing is if we have time, I've got some of my original tools that I got in 1983, 84 before we had tools. I can hold them up where y'all can see them. Still got an original tent pouch. But anyway, just different things. And as films evolved over the years, I'll give you a point in case. Back in, I'm going to say maybe 88, I'm not sure. These Lumar guys can tell you when Fortal's films had Tint'er, Platinum Plus, Titanium Plus. Great film, it performed great, but messed up AM signal. Nobody listens to AM anyway, so it's hard to kill something that good with AM signal, but it did. So sputtered film worked great. The problem with it is we didn't dry shrink, we wet shrank, and it would leave ghost trails in it. And then we didn't have a squeegee good enough to get the water out because it was a metallized film. It was tough. Had a Blue Max, but my tool I used was something that Jeff Spehar made. And he's the original tool man for this, and he's I don't know what he's doing now, but he lit the way for a lot of people. And then the original squeegee, as far as I'm concerned, or the modern squeegee now was the Blue Max. John Lewis said 1992, and he tried on that. Matter of fact, John sent me some rolls of stuff. He knows I collect all kind of stuff, but he sent me some rolls of stuff that he had, and I appreciate it. It's on the shelf. And one day when we go to some of these events, I'm gonna have a traveling sideshow with all this old stuff in it. Folks are getting a kick out of it. It's one of those things. We're going to work into that. But as far as making tools, I just seen the need for some different things to make stuff happen, and it just sort of evolved from there. And my first statement was, do you want a squeegee that produces a production squeegee? And every tool that we got through that goes through here, we hand cut, hand edge, and logo them in house. And we do a lot of stuff for other companies, that's out there. You've seen some of our stuff we do, and we co-brand them. And I don't charge them any extra to do it because we put our logo on there and put theirs on there. That's just another tool out there. And I've never done it to get rich, and I probably never will. But maybe I can retire sometime, and do it. But I still tint every day. I say every day. I take off Mondays, and I don't tint them Saturday by appointment. But in our shop, I've got a phenomenal tinter there, Bruce Kelly. He's been doing this for many years, and then I got a new guy, Alex. We've been training him. He stuck to it like a duck to water. So it's really good. We do a procedure what we call 5x2. I get there at 8 o'clock, and we have people schedule on our tent whiz out. They have to pay a deposit. They pay a deposit. Their vehicle is sitting there. I come and pre-cut the tent, and when they get there, we'll do 5 full cars by 2 o'clock from 9 to 2, and then I go to the shop and go to work. So you can't beat that, and it's just a blessing to be able to do that. But we do several different things. I'm all the time studying on these blades to see what they do and what works for what, and I do some up-close videos of actual squeegees working. Common problem is peanuts on backlights and chargers. Well, you think the harder the squeegee is, the more slip you get out. Well, we go up with our hardest squeegee, and what happens is the hard squeegee stays on top of the defrost lines and don't get down in between them. So I got a cool video showing them. And here's the breaking point. 90 durometer is too hard. 85 is too soft. So we made 87 durometer, and our stuff comes in. We spec it at what it is. It's a half a point difference, and that's it. That's just how tight the tolerances are on it, but just because of the material we use. But I got a video showing how it's pushing that stuff out. We got a technique to get all the stuff out, and it's just just different things. And our blades, when we made them, they're just say the blade here, we're a quarter inch shorter from the spine to the business end, I call it, than most blades out there. And our edge is twice as thick because of hybrid edge technology as the other, so it keeps the blade planted on the film and rolls the water out. But the problem with that was we had to create our own handle, because if we put our handle in, probably the best selling handle after I'm going to give them a plug is Fusion's 45. Folks love it, they buy it. But the thing is it swallows my blade up and it's too stiff. So we weren't going to get in the handle business, but now we are. We make our own handle, so we put a twist on that. I tell you, we done this. We made other people change the color of their handles after we started doing it, because we done it, and it's sort of cool. We make some cool stuff, and just I just love what I do. I mean, and they say when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So
absolutely, and I mean, come on, dude. I can't go anywhere. I mean, me and you've been kind of working together over the last maybe 5-6 years or so.
Yes.
And you've helped me out, kind of build up my own kind of like branded squeegees, and I would go travel and do training and stuff like that. And now I can't go anywhere without someone going, "Hey, have you ever seen this squeegee? It's by Gasket Pro." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've got 6 of them." You know what I mean? Like,
I tell you something that's funny. Some asked me, says, "What does Gasket Pro got to do with the squeegee?" I said, "Nothing at all." We started off making a polymer loading tool that went dangerous like the Tip Wizard was. I mean, that thing worked good, but the space had bungee cords, and when them things fly loose, they were dangerous. But nonetheless, that thing sold a gazillion pieces. But we made some polymer stuff, and the gasket in the door, and we opened it up. We could bottom load, top load, whatever. That's where the name came from. And I didn't feel like going through the trouble of changing it, with all the legal stuff and whatever. So we just stuck with it. It's cool. It's different things, but.
Your stuff is absolutely top notch, and I'm not saying this because you're on the show, but I won't use anything but your tools. I mean, I could go out to my toolbox in my garage right now, and it's all Gasket Pro tools. I mean that's just it. It's something that I kind of bought into for my investment on my installs, and I will never go back to anything else other than your tools, dude.
Well, I tell you, it's a grassroots effort on us, and that we grew it slow. We didn't try to build nothing big, and just slow and steady. But the thing about it, I know every component of what we're doing, every component of the business, how it works, where I mess up, where I don't. And one thing about it, if I do something wrong and I mess it up, I'll own it. I mean, that's how we can get past it. You can't dodge it, you just own it and go with it. But we made a couple squeegees, we just had to throw them away because they just were flops. I mean,
right.
And simple as the color. And I say that we made a blade called the One Blade. It's our first dual durometer blade. Man, It worked great. Problem is, branding is money, and it was black and yellow, and you couldn't brand it because it didn't show up. So we changed it over, and we introduced the first drop cut dual durometer blade for purpose. So we done 2 of them so you could have 2 different durometers. We took our 2 most popular blades, and we half the blade thickness. The top half is 79 durometer, our front blade, and the bottom we got one's 93, one's 90, and then that way folks can extract door glasses and make a full pass. And it works.
Flip it over, and then you got into. Oh, dude.
Yeah. So
I've got it. I love it. It's a great fucking squeegee, man. It is.
And I tell you, everything I do has a purpose. Whether there's a hit or a miss, but we and I have the ability on my stuff to change on the fly because we do everything in house. I mean, all the designs, and it was funny. Somebody says, "Where do you come up with all these names at?" I don't know. I just shoot from the hip. We got the Whittler, the Cyclone, the Judge, and then we got the Hydrant, and that's a funny name there. Then the Sledgehammer, that's got a story too. But then our dual durometer Sledgehammer is called the Sledgehammer Enduro, which is a dual sport like a motorcycle.
Like a motorcycle. Yep.
The Agent Orange, it's just, I thought it was cool. Pretty secret agent man, but we can't tell you what scent will have to kill you if it works. But then we've got a new line of blades coming out, and it's for AGF and what they call that, security film and all that. And I have to give Gil Guerra props on some of the stuff. I cut him custom blade after custom blade after custom blade. You look, he's got this whole stuff laid out there. It's all a sea of handles and then yellow blades, every size, everything. So I used to drag race, and I'm a Chevy guy. There's no hiding that. And so Chevy has a big block, he's a small block. So we've got two blades that we introduced it to WFR, which we didn't push them, but I've given a couple of them out, and I've got feedback already. It's a monster. But we got, but this is the smaller one of them. It's a block blade. It's called the small block, 5-inch. We got the other side. It's a big block. So you got 4 corners. So if you nick it on the job, like doing that thick stuff, just flip it over and roll it, keep going. That way, you got 4 squeegees for the price of one. And we didn't up the price on the same as our other 8-inch and everything. And I want to be user friendly. And the fact is, I'm not in the business to break even, but I'm in the business to help who I can. If it helps them make a profit, then it helps me make a profit. So.
Absolutely. And I hear nothing but absolute positive feedback from all your tools. Like, I'm in a very, 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 very large group on Instagram. And I mean, Gasket Pro Tools gets brought up all the time. People are taking pictures or videos, and they're like, go get this at gasketprotools.com or da-da-da-da-da. And then, everybody knows that over the years, me and you've done some stuff in the past, and then everybody's like, hey, Jason, is there a code for Gasket Pro? And I'm
like, you have a code on there. Sometimes we have to re-up it and everything. I tell you, it's funny, and I tell everybody, it's sort of an inside joke. And, one thing is, somebody says, how do you learn to do all this stuff? I messed up a lot, but I learned from it,
There you go.
And if everything goes smooth for you, you're going to think your life is smooth. But, it's hills and valleys, but you have to take the good with the bad and roll with it. So
absolutely.
And the crazy thing is, when we come out with that handle was, I would use this, and I would take somebody else's too and modify it. Like when we started coming out with channel blades, we got a channel blade that matches every big blade we got. It used to, there was only 2 channel blades out there, and there was an orange one and there was a blue one. And now there's other company's got a blue one, a red one, and an orange one.
Yep.
That's that's it, and that's great. I mean, it's diverse. It does whatever, and I like to think that some of the things I've done push folks that had got content with what they had to change it and do something else. So it's making it better for them and everybody else too.
Absolutely. Well, I know you've got a lot still building up for Gasket Pro Tools. I know you do. We talked a little bit earlier, but I do know you've got a really, really good giveaway that you would like to do on the show. So if you want to maybe kind of tell people what you want to do.
I'll run through it and we'll do this. What I'm going to do is I've got a tool here, and I think John Little, I've discussed it with him. So John, you're out of this one.
John.
We made John Little's brother a tool, and I don't know how you pronounce it. It was something that means little devil. So we put that on his tools. He likes our cyclone and put a little devil man on there. Only ones around, but he's got them. And,
so
anyway,
John Little cannot play in this giveaway at all. So John, you better not say a word.
If John will do this right here, I'll send him something else. I sent him a new hat, and he put it on his Facebook page. He says, does this hat make my face look old? I said, this makes your beard white.
All right. So what products are you wanting to do? Like, what's your little package?
So here's the thing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 5-inch blades. There's 2 dual durometers, and there's a 90, a 93, a 79, 85, and an 87. And it and 2 handles that go with our new Tint'er grooving handle. The Tint'er grooving is pretty cool. You can't see it on there. We got this little dude on there running with a squeegee. And Tint'er grooving, that means fun while tinting. So
fun while tinting. Yep.
So that's the deal on it. So here's the thing. It's probably about $200 worth of stuff. You get one of every squeegee, and I've got a white handle with a black grip and a black handle with a black grip. Now, we've got that. If you win, you want something else. We got Pandora's box full of every color you want. So you could get. I'll send it to you. I'm gonna pay the shipping. I'm gonna send it to you and everything. But this is a tricky one. So I'm gonna show everybody what it is, and they can tell me where it originated from.
Okay, hold on. So you guys understand? He's going to show a tool, and then he's going to ask where it originated from, and then when he's done talking about that, you guys can start guessing, and then when Rodney,
you'll have to help me watch who hits the name first. I told you what it was and where it came from.
I got it. I got
And,
this. Yep.
It's funny, but after I show it to them, they'll see it. I'm gonna confuse them. I'm gonna show them my original tools over here while they're thinking on this. But
all right, go for it.
This is it. It's a black smoothie. Now this one's cut like this. I bought this one from GDI in 1990. I guess it's funny. I tell you what's crazy is Charlie Walker and Ralph Van Pelt. They used to say Rodney never buys tools, and then they make the joke. It's funny. Rodney has the tool company now, but he had all these old tools. So it's this is it. This is what we used to have to put sputtered film on with.
Yep.
And then somebody come out with this, and then somebody in injection molds them now, makes them different sizes. But I've got a tool. I buy these and still cut them and still use them. This is my favorite quarter glass prep tool, but it's a black smoothie. So and I can give y'all time to hunt on the internet, but you ain't gonna find it. It's I found it on accident, and it was crazy. So that's it, and they even got a red one like this. It's real hard, but this is it. That's why I used to have to use it. These older tenders, their knuckles, their hands are just worn out, forearms, shoulders, and all that good stuff. So that said, I do it. Every glass I do, I shave the edge off. So this is what I used to use to shave with. Werner Tool Company, which is a paint company, straight edge goes in there. You lay it up, you shave. Yep, but Brandon Mills a turbo squeegee. So yeah, that's what we call this one. This is turbo. This is smoothie. So what it was originally made for, because it's got this groove in it, and everybody thinks it came with PVC pipe on it. Somebody designed that, which is brilliant. It helps on your hands. But that's that too. Okay, so here's the judge. This is our prep blade now, 79-year older. You may remember this, you may not. The Cheddar. You remember when I come out with that? That was our prep blade.
Yep,
and
I remember.
You don't use one, and this is in the original handle I put it in. So this was the original, the Hydra.
Rodney, I think someone answered it already.
Did they? Where's it at?
Look at Trip Turner.
Trip Turner. All right, you got that. So do you know which film company it is? It's
which film company?
Pretty easy one. You've won it. You're gonna get the things, but I'm gonna quiz you on the other.
So that is actually where the black smoothie came from, is from film developing. But what was the company? Now this is just extra. So Trip Turner, you won, but
I'll go ahead and tell you. Eastman, it was Kodak Eastman, and it was in the Photomat automated machines. That's what it was for.
Yep.
So that's it. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy how
Yep.
it was used for film developing, and all of a sudden it landed in the hands of a window tinter.
we had I had done a WFR. I had 2 classes I went in there and done. I brought all this stuff in there, and Trip, one other guy, come in there, and we had good conversation. I've seen Trip around and whatever, but I really enjoyed talking to him, and we're gonna try to put something together at the next one of these things, and both go in there and do some stuff with folks and show them different things. But it's cool to research that, and I found it on accident. A buddy of mine works on all kind of stuff, and he bought some of the Mofoto machines, and he took one apart, and he said, "You want this?" And I said, "Wow, that's where it come from." You know what I mean? So I said that's what it was. It was just an automated deal. But it's cool. But now that people develop film, this and that, man, you can take somebody that can't even take pictures in AI and modify it and be a photographer, and it just put all these people that really knew how to do the lighting out of business. But like I say, he done got it. This right here was the original sledgehammer. This is numbered 2 years. I used it for 2 years in part, and started doing something else. But the problem was the design on these. only worked in these little handles here. So that's why we changed everything and made it bigger. So this was the very first full size we made before the hydrants, called the Great White. A lot of folks didn't see them, but we've got those.
That's what I have. That's my favorite damn squeegee, and I won't get rid of it.
And I mean, and I can test it. You're on this one right now. I've made this one at 17. It's still the same all the way through. You know, it's
same thing for me.
That's the time. This is something cool. This is a Unger handle. It's Pro Unger. When they were a company together, still got the Pro thing here. It's got every patent on it. It's got. Now you buy these new ones, the cam latch don't work. This one still works like a champ. It's got brass screws in it. I don't get rid of that. I still got my original, temp. Well, here it is. Got this from when I was buying Insul film before I got.
Wait. That's your original tint pouch?
Yeah, it's made out of canvas. It's not made out of something crazy, but it ain't got no holes to work, but it's more thin where I put my hands in and out of it, and that's the original tint pouch.
I wonder if Mike Nork still has his original tint pouch. Mike, you still got your original tint pouch? He's shaking his head. Yes. What the fuck, man?
Look, I mean, and that's people that do what they want to do. Now these right here, these were a must back when we started tinting. And I tell you what's funny is one of the most feared cars to tint is a Beretta. We made a video and we done a cinematic video. It's pretty cool. We done one. But when you tint it in, I tell you something, it's a funny story. When there's a company, Wayne Davis Concrete bought a new Astro van when they first come out, and they wanted the windows tinted on. I said, bring it up, we'll do it. So I just pulled up, got a 20-inch roll, rolled the window down, laid it up there, cut the top edge, and rolled up. It was too short. It's 22 inches. So, I mean, that's the deal on that. And these right here were for extended cab Chevy trucks and all of them. This is the tool CR Lawrence made to push the push pins out. Now, if you buy that thing and you flip it over and you reinstall them, this thing's $100 now. And it's gold to me, but I mean, I wouldn't buy another one, but I can't do without it. I still do those trucks. So that's one of those deals there. But it's, it's cool. But here's the thing, what you'll be getting, Trev, you're going to get the Hydra. This is the Agent Orange. This is a Sledgehammer, the Enduro, and the original Sledgehammer. The Judge, the Cyclone, which is that back glass monster that takes care of that stuff. And then the Riddler, which is the green one. That's cool on that. And then whichever color handle you want, I give you two handles. That way you can have one for the soft prep squeegees, one for the install squeeges. And he can make this stuff. We get it taken care of on that. But it's I love this industry, and I'm passionate about it, but I have to leave my feelings at home because I might get hurt sometimes when folks check out this and check out that, and they'll go, well, I can do this. Sure you can, and I'll help you do it better. This is what you want to do. Hey, here we go. I tell people, I said, I didn't really get into the squeegee business to reinvent the wheel, because that's the first thing folks ask. There's already good squeegees out there. Sure they are. Yep. I mean, there's already two companies out there. Sure they are. I'm not trying to take over the world. And I said, I'm like Goodyear or BF Goodrich or Bridgestone. I don't care what kind of car you drive or what kind of wheels you got on your car. I just want to be that contact patch between the road and your car. I want to be between the handle and the film. So it turns out I am in a handle company now because I've got my own handles. So, but I don't see it going any further. And I will never, unless somebody buys this company out, it will never be mass produced or automated. It's just going to be hands on, and what my kids or whoever does with it when it's done, or if somebody wants to buy it later on, then that's where we're at, But I've got everything from the very first squeegee to the blueprints where I drew them out, what I wanted and what I wanted to do and everything. And it's that's where we're at now. So everything's there. If I kept my very first tint pouch, I've got the first squeegee, first handle I made. But I always offer up number two, and my number two handle right here, signed autograph. I still got one original Sledgehammer blade and one original Great White. They're going with it. I'm always going to go to Tint'er for calls. I'm going to let Dean auction it off, silent auction, and they get the money for that. So
yes.
So that I like to give back, and I was at the funny thing at the event, the one Danny Munoz won the year before at WFR. Les Helton comes over there and he says, "Hey, he needs one of these squeegees," and Danny says, "I don't got no cash, but I got a card." I said, "You don't need no money. I just give him a squeegee and a handle, and if he didn't win." then everybody all the way down to the top 10 were using my blades. And it really makes you feel good to know that they put that much trust in you and what you do. And it's not saying that my blade's any better than anybody else's. I'm a tinter that does it, and I do it with a passion and tint every day still. And I think outside the box. And sometimes if you get focused on the money and how many you can do and what you're gonna do, you lose sight of what you're doing to start with. And I don't ever want to do that. When I do, that's when I'm gonna quit doing it.
Nope. And you're doing phenomenal. And this is why I've been using your tools since day one. And I won't go anywhere else. I mean, your squeegees are absolutely the best for my installation. Your customer service is on point, and I mean that's just it. Rodney, we can sit here and talk about tools, but I gotta get Mike Norton.
Let me tell you, Mike Norton. I'm gonna tell you, love that guy. Matter of fact, I have a tool company, and I ordered some blades from his tool company to use in my tent shop, not to resell, to use in a vest too. So it's funny about the vest and all that stuff. I didn't use it before when I couldn't buy them before. It didn't fit, something off the shelf. So now it does work, so I can do that. And I think I got a surprise for folks. I'll be 58 next year, and I'm gonna do the 10 off next year. So I was gonna wait till I 60. Me and George Navarez was going to do it, but I said, I'll go ahead and do it next year. We're going to be two old jokers in there to do it, but I want to do it just one time. I never, I always said, I don't have to compete. My customers tell me I'm the best. That's all that matters, and it's just the best on that day. But I've been to 3 of them and wish I'd been to more, but it's all about it, just the people and everything else. So
absolutely.
And what you do, man, you're awesome. Everybody's been on here so far. Pappy, and you're right. He's so humble. He's whatever. You just want to give him a hug. He's just that guy. You know what I mean? He's a good dude.
Well, you guys are all like that. I mean, come on now. Come on. You guys are all like that.
What do people like David and everybody, they give the small guy a chance. If they say, we can offer you something. We can put your name on the blade and you can give it away advertising and get a good product, put it on. Putting your name on our blade is something that's good to do, because it's like when these folks that give hats away. Somebody give you a real good hat and you'll wear it till it wears out and you want another. And they buy that hat, don't cost them hardly nothing. It's all cheap looking stuff. Thank you, but I'm not going to wear it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, and Trip, when you send me your information to get this, send me a shirt size too. We got a new Gasket Pro shirts, got the logo on the front and the back. And then,
but you still need to send me one of those.
I will. I'll send you one. I see you with on that. And look, this is how tight I am. We done all these in house, and I told Kyle Whalen, I said, I'll call you next time I call you. I don't want to do that again. It was a job, and we done our own hats. But this is our new logo, which it'll come out on the stuff next year. But it's pretty cool. It's the Gasket Pro logo, and this hat
always coming out with the cool shit. I mean, that's
if you're not relevant, then you're forgot about. So you got to stay relevant.
Absolutely. Hey, Rodney.
Man.
Hey,
I got to do my Jason thing.
There you go. I'm running out of time.
You get it. You go. I want to hear Mike. I'm gonna sit on here and hear him because he's.
Nope, you're good.
He's talking there.
Rodney, I can't thank you enough for being on the show. Again, thank you for staying with the squeegee side and providing great customer service and everything you do. I want my shirt, but other than that, get the hell out of here. Okay. All right. We're down to the last one, and I know Mike's probably just sitting there going, dude, it's time for bed, man. I got to work tomorrow. All right. So my next guest, Mike Nork, and the reason for Mike is kind of the same thing as Rodney but Mike took it to the whole nother level. He's not doing squeegees. He's got some, but he's not like focusing on that. He's going into that bigger, like more important, not saying that Rodney squeegees are not important. I'm just saying that the bigger things that us window tinters need, like peel boards, different tools to organize, to be more efficient. That's Mike's deal. Make more money, be more efficient. And this is why Mike's on the show. I've known Mike for a few years now. We've been side by side, Anyways, Mike, you ready? You ready? He's ready. He's like, let's go. All right, Mike, what's up, bud? How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Jason?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for being on the show. I know it's running late, but got to keep it going.
Yeah. No, it was amazing what everybody been talking about and everybody that you put on the show. This industry, I always say, is big. Make it small by shaking everybody's hand. And there's no competitor like even what Rodney say. Like, he bought tools for me. I buy tools for him all the time. Like, he makes some amazing tools. But yeah, we all gotta support each other. There's one thing I want to say though. I grew up really, really poor, man. I'm like the most jealous person in this whole world, man. But I turn my jealous energy into positive energy because like I have, like, I see somebody driving a Lexus and I'm jealous and people could be jealous all day, but if you turn it into positive energy, you actually create a goal and you start setting up steps, plans, and everything else, so you can buy that Lexus, achieve that what you want. And I always tell everybody, like, sometimes I'll make a post and man, I say to myself, I say, damn, I shouldn't make that post because everybody's like, I mean, not everybody, but there's some people that's hating. And I was like, man, I totally get it. But, your perception is your reality. I mean, how you perceive everything is how you're going to live it. Like, you could actually turn everything into something different and do something about it. Like, if that person have something, like, I always wanted to go to Disney World. Like,
yeah.
And then I took my kids to Disney World. They're like, oh, you take your kids to Disney World. I said, hell no, I took myself to Disney World. Like, I'm living my life through my kids because, I couldn't afford it. We just couldn't afford it at that time. So that's why I tell everybody, like, guys, like, you see stuff and you see people showing off and stuff. Man, I do show off a little bit, but I do it because I'm proud of what I achieved, from where I came from. And I want to inspire you. I never want to be viewed negatively. Like, inspire you. You see it, be like, shit, I want to buy that same car that, Mike is driving because I saw somebody else drive that car and I said, man, I'm gonna put me that's my goal, and I'm gonna put me a plan to achieve that goal. So, that's
and watching the growth of your products, the make more money. I remember being at your shop. It was I think it was before Tint'er Battles, and you were like, hey, I want to show you something, and you showed me something, and I was just like, where the fuck was this? Like 10, 15 years ago, and you're like, no one knows about it yet. You're like telling me to hush, and I'm like, dude, don't tell me to fucking hush. I want to show people, And I've watched you over the years just come out with so many different things to make shops more efficient and just more where you're just going from whether you're a hand cutter or a plotter, you're going from there to the peel board, from the peel board to the vehicle, and all your tools are right there where you need it, where you can just grab and go. And I'm like, God, this guy's a fucking genius, And back in the day, when I was working at shops or whatever, it was like I had to go run and try to find my fucking squeegees, and I never had anything right there. And I'm like, man, why can't someone, and I bought some stupid ass tool carts that, you'd push around, and it was boring and it just wasn't efficient. And now you come up with all these different things, and I'm just like, this guy's a fucking genius. I mean, come on, dude. Your miniature traveling, or what is it, mobile peel board for guys on the go. The PPF, your thermos to have hot water doing PPF. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, you think so far outside the box that it makes me look back and go, man, why didn't I fucking think of that? And I'm not the jealous type. I'm just like, it's simple and effective, and you came up with it, and you've literally changed people's lives and their installs. And this is why you're on the show, dude. I've watched your growth over the years, and I've watched your products, and it's just, it's amazing. So, like, how did that come about? Like, what made you start doing the tools?
So in 2014, 3M actually we made all this stuff for ourselves. I wasn't this none of this I made was for sale. Period. Like I didn't know I could sell this shit. Like I made it for my shop. Just like we all come from I came from a stereo background where we just make stuff. And we just make stuff, we just create stuff. And I always wanted to be efficient, but I had this little one car bay. We only could tint one car. Mm-hmm. And we had the biggest Audi dealership just built next door to us. The biggest. Like Beverly Hills is bigger now, but so they said, Mike, you do all the tint. I was like, shit, I only got one bay. Like, and then I don't know how many cars. It's a dealership. I don't know how many cars they're gonna bring to me. I don't know if they're gonna bring me 14 cars that day or they're gonna bring me 4 cars that day. Right. I don't know. But I knew one thing. I knew I was running around like a chicken. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna put this up in the air. I'm gonna put a glass board on both sides of the window. I said, we have to do this. And I don't care how quick you are. I seen the quickest tinter in the world. I see them fast. And I just see them every time they're fast. That's why I don't like to wait fast. I like to wait efficient. Because every time they fast, they always trip over themselves, cut their finger or something. Just stuff happen because you're not using your brain no more. You're just using your body, and your body just don't work that way. I mean, Your body is fucking dumb. I mean, you could tell your body to touch a lighter and it'll get it
and you'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
So as a tinter, I just see everybody using their body and they're using their speed. But man, once you build efficiency, you build efficiency. Well, anyway, we're able to tint that dealership in a 1-car garage, and I think they're paying me anywhere from $40,000 to $48,000 every month. Like a 1-bay garage. Like everybody always tell me I've been there for a long time, and everybody always told me I was lucky. I've been there since 2005, and then 2011 that dealership got built, and I think 2012 we got that account, and everybody always told me I'm lucky, but I just say, man, the harder I work, the luckier I get. That's just how I look at it.
And here's the thing though, is your hard work and your dedication into coming up with products to make shops run more efficient it's proof. It's proof right there, dude. I mean, it actually works, and it's just amazing, dude. And like I said, the many times that I've been to your shop down there in Houston, and every time I go in there, I'm just like, okay, Mike, what else you got?
Hey, I always got a beer for you, Jason.
Damn right, you damn right. I will say this. I'll vouch 100%. Is anytime I've ever walked into your shop, the first thing you do, you're like, you want a beer, and you've already got it in your fridge, and you're like, here you go. And it's really cool to see the growth of your company make more money, and seeing guys actually have your products in their shop. That I've gone to shops and I'm like, hey, where'd you get that peel board? Oh, Mike Norg? And I'm like, nope. Sure the fuck no, and I'm like, of course I know,
But Jason, I just want to tell everybody, because everybody always asks me where the name "Make More Money" came from. When we're making stuff, I always talk to people over the years, and I was like, man, why do you want to tint? They always say make more money. I could go to a mall right now and ask 500 people, do you want to make more money? And 500 people will say yes.
Yes.
But I always ask guys in the industry, because our industry, you have especially in window tinter, you have a guy that have a 1-man shop, a 2-man shop all day, and they always say, Mike, man, I want to make more money. And that's where the name came from. But it was never for me to make more money. My business always make money. So the name came because I wanted everybody else to make more money. I wanted, all my failures that I did and overcame them. And I was like, man, I always do a case study on myself. I always look back and damn, like what you did wrong. Why did you charge this much? When you charge $125 for tent, you got 14 cars out the door, and you didn't make that much money. Like you barely could afford to pay your, you know, your car bill, your apartment or whatever.
Yep.
You know, and you know, I'm always sitting there helping, and I just want to like to do everything to help everybody make more money, and that's the reason why I named the company Make More Money, because I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna put everything Make More Money, because I think everybody in this industry can make more money. I mean, you got to give it to everybody in this industry, everybody before us. Like that's why I respect like everybody before us, because there's guys that develop ceramic window tint and they didn't make no money, but they did it for us. Like you gotta understand that, and you gotta respect them for that. And everything else that's developed for our industry, look at right now, $1,000 for tint with our eyes closed. Some guys are getting, you know, $500 with like, you know, tinting a car for maybe 30 minutes, an hour. And you gotta respect those guys that in the past that did that for us. And I always respect them. Like I always make sure, like, dude, like, so when somebody come in brand new and talking about like they're gonna charge $200 for ceramic tint, you know, I feel it's a disrespect for the guys in the past, and for us that's really here to like, you know, wanna be somewhere in life. Like, don't you want to drive the same car, like the average car that your customer bring you? Don't you want to live in the average house? Like, you have to do that. So, you know, we always try to make tools, and I said I gotta solve problems with my tool. I can't go bring a tool or try to reinvent a tool or make a tool that's not gonna make you efficient. Like, or if I'm doing something like right now, we're creating our gel. Our gel gotta make you efficient. It just gotta solve that. It gotta be different. It gotta pour out the jug. It gotta be able to do this, like not have lift line and stuff like that. So we try to solve a problem, and if I can't solve that problem, I don't want that shit. You know, like I rather go drink a beer at the bar. You know, but that's what it is. I mean, you know, like you know, like I just, I don't know, man. You know, I got a lot of stuff to say that I do want to say. Sometimes I shouldn't say it, but you know, there's one thing I want to say. Like to some of you guys that are like actually, you know, like want to go somewhere in this industry, because you know I always, you know, when I came into Tint'er and PPF, I did that just to be able to pay my bills, man. Like times are different now. Like you actually could buy a mansion, Tint'er cars and PPF. I'm just telling you, like, you know, making $30,000 to $40,000 back then is what I was making. Now I'm paying my guys like shit, double that. I mean more than that, maybe six figure, like just some of my guys. But man, I would never expect that. But you know, guys, you kind of have to like pay attention and do your due diligence when you're actually asking for advice, or you know, getting coaching advice or somebody. You want to get it from somebody that you actually want to be there. Like, you know, you gotta be careful on that. And that's what I see in this industry is, you know, people are coming in and all of a sudden, you know, they know how to market it, and they're like, man, I'm gonna market your business. I'm not a marketer, so I'm not trying to get in that, but you know, there's a lot of people that's coming into this industry trying to take us for a ride, and you gotta be careful for it. You know, you just do. And that's what one thing I hate, but you know, there's one thing about me, I try not to like sit there. You know, I work a lot on self-improvement, so I don't want to sit there and bash those guys. Sometimes, man, sometimes you deserve it, man. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it sucks to say that. Like you didn't do your homework. Like, how much should I charge for tint? Like, if you're asking that, you didn't do your homework. We're not here to answer for you. You know, like, you need to call your local company and be like, how much should you charge for tint? You know, if you're in a place that only could charge like $300, then that's what it is. But you can't go get on a group and say, how much should I charge for a 4-door Camry? Nobody can answer that for you, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, dude, you're doing things right. I know there's a lot of guys out there. I know a lot personally that look up to you and kind of follow your rules of what you do. And it's just good stuff, man. And I do have one question. I know it's getting late. I know everybody's just like, oh my God, this live is like 2 hours long, and I apologize.
Yeah.
Here's my last thing, and then I'll let you go. Do you have anything new that's coming out that you can kind of like maybe share a little bit or give a little sneak peek?
Yeah, so I have a gel that's coming out, and we've been working on this gel for 6 months. And I am a guy that like to come out with stuff yesterday. And that is the mistake that I made because, it is. But, well, I mean, we have 3 stuff that's coming out. The gel, I'm reinventing the best. Is, I took a lot of Haas advice. You see this right here?
Oh, it's
Everybody
opened
said
up.
It's hot.
Yeah,
So
nice.
I said, man. And then the loop, I put the loop in the front. I took everybody's feedback, and I took I don't want to put numbers on stuff because it is what it is. But I did took over $60,000 loss on this vest. But you know what I learned over all my life, since I've been in this game, since 96, is the bigger the loss, the bigger the challenge, and if you can overcome that, you actually will be successful.
Yeah,
it's just what it is. The more time you put in stuff,
you learn.
Guys, anything you do, I don't give a fuck what you do, but anything you do is a compound effect. It's actually gonna come through. I would never think in a million years I would be here from fucking tinting cars or putting people up. I look at that it was just enough money for me to get by, some extra money.
Yep.
It's just stupid. It's just stupid. I own multiple cars and doing all this for cash. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but man, anybody can do this shit. If you just need to, there's a speed bump on the road or there's a brick wall. I promise you, if you turn that brick wall into a glass wall and see what's on the other side, see your future you're gonna break that shit down, and you just don't need to give up because time will pay itself. I promise you.
100%.
It will. Period.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, look at you, Jason.
Ah, shit.
Time will pay yourself. Look at you chilling. You're right here, but it will though. I just tell everybody you just need to put that time in. Don't fucking stop bitching, man. Everybody always tell me, Mike, how you do everything? I said, man, you got a lot on your plate. But shit, I don't complain. I got a lot on my plate, but the goal was always to eat, right? Period.
Right.
Yeah, I'm up for it,
God, this is why I wanted you on the show, because you speak the truth, and Dean Mitchell just said, Mike can talk the talk because he walks the walk, and it's absolutely true. I've learned this over the years of knowing you personally, being at your shop, you even coming to Denver and hanging out with us up here. This is why you have proven it. You have shown it. You've telling the guys, guys and gals out there, installers as a whole, is that it's absolutely 100% possible. And when you said you got to take that brick wall and change it into a glass wall, and so you can see the other side, you fucking nailed it, Mike. And this is why you're on the fucking show. Okay, so I can't thank you enough. I know it's getting late for everybody. I know it's getting late for you, Mike. Is there anything else you want to add, real quick? And then I'll let you get back to your deal.
So, guys, everybody that's on this show is going to get a black vest. It's not going to be the new one because the new one won't come out until 2025. But everybody will get a black vest. You just have to email mikenorm@gmail.com. You got until 12 p.m. tomorrow. After that, we got to cut it off because everybody that's live on this show will get it. Just email it and be like, man, I'm on Tint'er Tuesday. My staff, Stephanie, she gonna kick my ass because she don't know nothing about it. But I'm gonna come in the office in the morning and I'm gonna let her know that you need to mail out all this vest. But everybody that's on here will get that vest. It's
oh my God,
we're making a better vest, and and I don't feel like anybody should pay for this vest when we're making a better vest, but we do have plans for everybody else that pay for it. I always invent stuff, right, Jason? You know that.
I know.
But I know nothing about clothing. Like, I took a shirt out of the closet and said, man, I think I'm going to put my tools on there. So we started sewing some stuff. And I said, man, this is going to be cool. It was going to be a shirt. It turned into a vest. And, man, I just believe in it so much in that vest because, like I told you, like, I just believe in it because my guys are not allowed to wear a front pouch. Those old front pouch?
Yeah.
Because all they do is scratch a car. Like,
Scratching the
I
car.
think it was 2 years ago. One of the guys we had that we hired, he had a front pouch, and the car got scratched, and I had to pay for it. I think it was like $200-300 for some touch-up paint, but I professionally touch-up. Like, he had a bumper and everything to make it. It was a brand new car, but I don't believe in it. And I everybody at my shop, if you ever come to my shop, they have to have like one of our Mike Sanchez pouch or our vest. Like, period. Like, I'm not forcing none of my guys to wear my vest. If they like to wear a pouch, they wear a pouch. If they like to wear a vest. But the reason why it's for it is efficiency. Like, I see guys looking for this stupid ass tool and they can't work. I'm like, I can't do this window without that squeeze I have. And you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Because I'm the same way, and I know you're the same way. Because like, fuck, this shit is like magic, and like you feel like you can't tint a window without it. But
Yep.
and you're looking for your tools and stuff like that, and the inefficiency of guys looking for it. I just feel like they have to have like something. They have to have like tools next to them, either it's a pouch or a vest or whatever it is that's created. Like, and that's the one thing I just want to make everybody efficient, and that's why I'm committed into this vest. And I mean, we have it patent pending. But yes, everybody that's on this show will get a vest. You got to email before 12 p.m. tomorrow, because I know some of y'all might go to sleep right now. But email MikeNorring@gmail.com. And I'll make sure Stephanie know about it. She's gonna cuss my ass.
Oh, you're gonna get asked you tomorrow.
Yeah. Just make sure y'all put your shipping address and all your information. I need your shipping address and I need your phone number so we can ship it out. But yeah, we'll get it out. And it's amazing what you have done, Jason. Like, seeing you grow too, and everybody that's on this podcast, like, they're amazing people. Like, you had David Kraft on there. Back then, I always believe in like training and learning. And I think it was like around 2014, I paid $5,000 to have David Kraft come to my shop from Oklahoma to train me. Because I said, man, I want to be trained by the best. And I just always believe in it. And just with that mindset, it just keep on going. And I just believe everybody should always invest in themselves. I'm not telling you to invest $5,000 in training. I'm not saying that. But there's somebody that you need to invest in, or something, or equipment, product, a person, or whatever that can make you better and speed you up. Because you could, you could speed up in 10 years, and you could do that in like less than 6. The guy that was competing with me that we won first place at PPF?
Mm-hmm.
That's Bryce. He only been doing PPF for 2.5 years. And that dude is better than me because I'm a trainer, and there's a difference between a trainer. A real trainer will always train somebody to be better than you. That's what he did. And you know what? This guy picked me up when I was like getting into like, we live in our head most of the time, especially when that time started and we're competing. Like, everything we know just got forgotten, and you gotta keep on like remembering like what you're supposed to do. And he helped me do that. And that's why it's very important that you get trained under the right hand. Because you get trained under the wrong hand, I hire people with 18 years that been doing that shit wrong for 18 years.
They've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I totally agree. You got to get the right training, the right people in, and that's it. So, Man, Mike, hey, I know you got to go. I
Yeah,
know it's
kick
getting
me
late.
out. Fuck this
No,
shit.
no, no, no. I definitely listen. The like I said before, the reason why you're on the show is because of everything you do, and don't fucking stop. Just don't stop what you're doing.
I won't.
You will definitely have me as a friend for life, dude. Yeah. All right, now get the fuck out of here. Okay, done. Oh my god. 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I never even got a chance to do giveaways. Holy shit. All right, so listen, I know it's getting late. There's 40 people watching still. So this is what we're going to do on giveaways. My girlfriend decided to kind of help out with some giveaways. She wanted to, kind of put in with the show. So I've got pens and koozies that she had made. They're not here yet. And then 20 lucky people are going to get a custom made pair of Tint'er Tuesday live boxers. Okay, now this was her idea. She's like, let's do boxers for 20 people, and I'm like, hey, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. And so those are being produced also. Oh my gosh, I didn't even get a chance to do this. All right, Ryan Reel. He did these wonderful knives. I'm sure if you guys are following the Facebook page, I'm sure you guys saw them. Got knives and wallets. Okay. On top of that, Soak Shield 2.0. I got a big ass freaking box of stuff coming in from Kyle and Hannah. So I know it's running late. I know everybody's tired. So this is what we're gonna do. At some point by the end of this week, I'll make a post on the Tint'er Tuesday live Facebook page, and what we'll do is if you comment, we'll send you something, and that's how we're going to do the giveaways. So it'll just be easier that way. But this way, everybody gets a chance to have something from the 100th show, courtesy of Performance Custom Coatings. You got Ryan Reel. You got my girlfriend. She's putting in things. We got Soak Shield 2.0, and of course, Tint'er brand. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make a big post. I don't know exactly what I'm going to say in the post, but whoever comments on it, we're just going to start sending shit out. Bam. It'll be super easy. It'll be a lot quicker than trying to do this on the show live. So, anyways, that's what we're going to do. Where are we at? 2 hours, 17 minutes. I really didn't think the show was going to go that long. But that's all right. I absolutely loved it. All my guests were absolutely phenomenal. And to all you guys sticking around, thank you so much. And a sincere thank you for sticking around for 100 shows on YouTube. It's been quite the journey. And I've got more coming. So there's more shows, more stuff, more new things in the works. So just stick around. It should be pretty cool. I got a bunch of guests already lined up over the next, I think 2 or 3 months. I've already got guests lined up. So it should be pretty good. Fuck. Y'all ready to call it a night? It's been a crazy, crazy night. But I think it's time to go. I think everybody's had enough. And again, thank you to all the sponsors of the show: Tint Wiz, Performance Custom Coatings, Tint'er brand, and of course Soak Shield 2.0. And that's it. 100 show in the books. Done. Now we can start all over and start with 101 and go to 200. Hopefully we make it to 200. If I make it to 200, I'm doing something right. So on that note, thank you guys all for being here. Thank you to my guests. And oh my God, let's call it a night. I'll see you guys live right here next week, Tint'er Tuesday, episode 101. And it should be a good one. And that's it. Y'all have a great rest of the week. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.